My brothers fired me from our 100-year-old family bakery because they wanted to modernize with cheap ingredients. They tossed a cardboard box at me and told me to take my personal junk and leave. They didn't realize that the dirty, stained jar I took from the fridge was the only reason the business was worth millions. I spent 2 decades waking up at 3 a.m. to knead dough in the shop my great-grandfather built. It was a local landmark. But when our dad passed, my 2 younger brothers fresh out of business school took over. They saw the bakery as a factory. They wanted to cut quality, automate the kneading, and franchise the brand. When I fought them to protect the legacy, they held a majority vote and fired me on the spot. "Take your trash and get out," they laughed. So, I did. I packed my knives, my apron, and one specific item from the walk-in cooler, a chipped, crusty ceramic crock they called the dirty jar. To them, it was garbage. To me, it was the mother, a living 100-year-old sourdough starter kept alive since 1924. See, sourdough isn't just flour and water. It's a unique ecosystem of wild yeast and bacteria. That jar was the soul of our bread. Without it, you're just baking grocery store sponge. My brothers switched to commercial instant yeast to speed up production. The bread rose, sure, but it tasted like cardboard. The fallout was instant. Customers noticed the flavor was gone. Reviews tanked. "Tastes like chemicals," they wrote. Sales dropped 40% in the first week. By week 3, every major restaurant contract was canceled. They tried to fake the recipe, but you can't fake a century of biology overnight. Desperate, they called me screaming about stolen property. I reminded them that they told me to take my personal junk. I let them bleed cash for 2 months until they were facing bankruptcy. Finally, they caved. They begged me to buy their shares for pennies just to escape the debt. I signed the deal, walked back into my bakery, and poured the mother back into the trough. The line was around the block the next morning. They wanted the dough, but they forgot you can't make bread without the culture.